Welcome to today's podcast, where we dive into the intriguing topic of digital dementia and how we can combat it with practical steps. Let's start with deep reading. What do you think makes it so beneficial?
Deep reading is like a workout for the brain. It challenges our concentration and analytical thinking, something that's often neglected in our screen-focused lives. Have you found any particular books or articles that work best for this?
Definitely. Complex novels or thought-provoking nonfiction can really do the trick. The key is to engage with material that requires reflection and interpretation. Do you have any strategies for incorporating deep reading into a hectic schedule?
I try to set aside a specific time each day, like before bed, to unwind with a book. It's a great way to disconnect from screens and improve sleep quality too. Speaking of disconnecting, another step is learning new skills offline. Why do you think this is important?
Offline skills tap into different areas of the brain, fostering creativity and problem solving. Plus, they offer a break from digital distractions. Have you picked up any new hobbies recently?
Yes, I started learning the guitar. It's amazing how it improves focus and coordination, plus it's a lot of fun. What about you? Any offline activities you recommend?
Painting has been my go-to. It's therapeutic and enhances patience and attention to detail. These offline activities are crucial as they provide balance in a digital-heavy routine. How do you think people can stay motivated to maintain these habits?
Setting realistic goals and tracking progress can help. Also, sharing these interests with friends can make it more engaging. Do you think technology itself can be part of the solution?
Absolutely. Using apps to limit screen time or to remind us to take breaks can be effective. Technology isn't the enemy, it's about finding a healthy balance. What's your final takeaway on preventing digital dementia?
I'd say it's all about being intentional with our time. By prioritizing cognitive health through deep reading and offline activities, we can mitigate the risks of digital dementia. Any last thoughts?
I agree. It's about making small, consistent changes. By valuing our mental well-being, we can thrive both online and offline. Thanks for joining today's discussion.
Thank you. Let's all take a step back from our screens and invest in our cognitive future.
Let's dive into some effective ways to prevent digital dementia. First up, deep reading. Have you tried engaging in that recently?
Absolutely, I find it incredibly rewarding. Reading complex books or long articles really helps in challenging your brain. What do you think makes it so beneficial?
Well, it requires focus and concentration, which strengthens neural pathways. It's like a workout for your brain, wouldn't you agree?
Definitely, and the sense of accomplishment after finishing a challenging book is unparalleled. Moving on, let's talk about learning new skills, or still offline.
Yes, that's a fantastic way to stimulate your mind. Have you picked up any new offline hobbies?
I recently started learning the guitar. It's amazing how it improves my hand-eye coordination and memory. Have you tried anything similar?
I've been dabbling in painting. It's a great creative outlet and keeps me away from screens. Do you think these offline activities also help in reducing stress?
Certainly. They provide a break from digital overload, allowing our brains to relax and recharge. Plus, it's fun. What's your take on learning new languages?
Learning a new language is like opening a door to a new culture. It exercises different parts of the brain, enhancing cognitive flexibility. Have you tried it?
Yes, I'm working on Spanish. It's challenging, but rewarding. It really boosts my mental agility. How do you keep yourself motivated to maintain these habits?
I set small, achievable goals and celebrate little victories. It keeps the process enjoyable. What about you?
I like to track my progress. Seeing improvement over time keeps me going. Any last thoughts on balancing digital and offline activities?
It's crucial to be intentional with our time, making conscious choices to engage our brains in diverse ways. How about ending with your favorite offline activity?
That would be hiking. It's both a physical and mental escape.
So I think we need to begin by painting a picture of what exactly we mean by digital dementia. It's a relatively new term, but the impact it describes, that's been creeping into our lives quietly for some time now. Essentially, it's this worrying trend where excessive use of digital devices impairs cognitive functions. You know, memory, attention span. Even basic literacy can, well, start to decline.
Wait, so you're saying my constant device juggling is making me, what, dumber? That's not reassuring, John.
Ha ha. No, I wouldn't put it quite like that, Emily. But, yeah, There's mounting evidence around this idea of continuous partial attention, where we're jumping between notifications, apps, always multitasking, never fully focused. Over time, it seems to erode our cognitive abilities.
Oh, believe me, I've felt it. Like, okay, here's a confession. The last time I went camping, I forgot half my checklist because I was relying on my phone to, remind me. And then, get this, the battery died. Naturally, I had no tent stakes.
You're kidding. What did you do without stakes?
Improvised. Rocks, sticks, and sheer desperation. I looked like a tech-dependent caveman out there.
You see, that's exactly the kind of thing we're talking about with digital dependency. It's like we're so reliant on our devices that when they fail us, we're left stranded, literally in your case.
Totally. And honestly, it's not just memory. Sometimes I catch myself struggling to focus on one thing at a time, like I'll be checking email mid-conversation. It's scary when you think about how normal that's become.
Absolutely. Studies show that these habits are, significantly reducing our attention spans. And then there's literacy too. It's not just about reading fewer books. It's about how the way we consume information affects our brain's ability to process and retain ideas more deeply.
Ouch. Now I'm wondering if binge scrolling through memes isn't doing me any favors. I mean, do you think it's reversible, or are we all doomed to, forget how to read maps and tent instructions?
It's not irreversible. There's definitely hope. The key is being aware of these patterns so we can start, reshaping how we use tech. But I suppose to understand the damage better, we need to look at another culprit: constant notifications and their impact on how our brains process the world around us. Right. So as we were saying, notifications, those little pings and buzzes, they're not just harmless interruptions. Every single one is like a burst of dopamine, yanking our focus away. Add that up, hundreds of times a day, and it's no wonder our brains start feeling overwhelmed.
Yes, those notifications are evil, but also kinda irresistible. Like when you hear your phone and even if you're mid-sentence, you've got to check it. I mean, am I right?
Exactly. That's what researchers call continuous partial attention, which, if you think about it, sounds exhausting. Your brain's trying to juggle all these fragmented tasks, but it never, fully focuses on anything. And that leads to cognitive overload and eventually fatigue.
Basically, we're sabotaging ourselves then? Like we're so busy, but nothing's really getting done.
Right. People mistake busyness for productivity all the time. Being productive isn't about doing 5 things at once. It's about finishing one thing well. But the tech we use keeps us trapped in this illusion of multitasking.
Ugh, multitasking. Okay, confession time. Sometimes during Zoom calls, I'm also scrolling Instagram. It's horrible, but is it multitasking or just boredom with a meeting?
Might be both. But either way, it's another example of how we've normalized dividing our attention. And studies show this constant fragmentation makes us, less effective. Which brings us to the question, how do we break the cycle?
Don't say digital detox, John. I know you're going to say that. And I'm telling you now, I cannot detox while watching F1 races. I mean, imagine missing a pit stop because I decided to, meditate?
Haha. Well, I wasn't going to say detoxing during F1. But seriously, taking intentional device breaks for just an hour or 2 a day can work wonders. And it doesn't mean totally unplugging. It just means, giving your brain enough downtime to recharge.
I hear you. So what? I should start with baby steps, like no Instagram while I'm brushing my teeth?
Exactly. Or maybe designate certain times or spaces as tech-free zones. You'd be surprised how much clearer your mind feels when you're not constantly glued to a screen. All right, so let's build on that idea of baby steps. It doesn't have to be drastic, no missing F1 races, Emily, but even small, intentional breaks from our devices can make a huge difference. Something like dedicating an hour a day where you disconnect completely just to recharge. It's less about deprivation and more about balance.
Wait, but be honest, would you actually do that? Like turn your phone off and sit in silence for an hour? Feels a little extreme, don't you think?
Not extreme at all. It's not about forced silence. It's just about rest, a chance to, you know, be present without that constant bombardment of notifications. Like reading a book, going for a walk, activities that don't involve screens.
All right, I have to share this. So every Sunday, I go on these hikes, and here's the catch. No phones. Well, okay, I bring mine, but it's strictly for emergency calls. And honestly, it's amazing. No selfies, no checking email, just me and the trail.
That, Emily, is exactly what I'm talking about. A phone-free Sunday hike is a perfect example of a digital detox. And besides, who needs social media when you've got the Namibian outdoors, hey? Fresh air and all that?
But here's the funny part. Sometimes my friends will say, if it's not on Instagram, did it really happen? And I'm like, yes, it did. Thank you very much. Nothing beats the satisfaction of being in the moment.
Exactly. And that itself is a remedy to screen dependency, replacing the digital clutter with something fulfilling offline. Music, painting, even something traditional like weaving or woodwork, depending on your interests.
Ha, I'd love to see you weaving, John.
Well, I could give it a shot. But honestly, it's about, training the brain in different ways. Learning new skills challenges your cognitive abilities and reduces that reliance on passive scrolling.
Maybe I'll pick up guitar lessons again. Or painting. That way, when the power's out, at least I'm not staring at a blank screen.
There you go. Exactly. And it's also about creating intentional tech-free zones, like maybe at dinner or in the bedroom, so you're not scrolling right before sleep. It's little things like these that make a big difference for your brain health.
Totally. Small changes, big results. Okay, I'm committing to no phone at meals this week. Baby steps, right? So what's next on our master plan to save our brains?
Great question, Emily. One of the next steps we can take to combat this digital dementia is prioritizing face-to-face interactions. I mean, really making an effort to connect with people in person, rather than relying on screens for communication. That's a game changer.
Okay, but here's the thing. Seeing people in person is great, sure. But isn't that kind of tricky with, remote work and everything being online these days? Like video calls are the new normal, right?
True, but it's not really the same, is it? I think we underestimate just how much actual face-to-face interaction benefits our brains. It's about the organic exchange, the nuances, body language, even smells. It's irreplaceable.
Smells? Okay, I'm not sure I want to smell everyone I talk to.
No, not what I meant. It's just that in-person interactions stimulate our brains more, maybe because they're more dynamic and multisensory. And honestly, spending time with loved ones in the real world, it's fulfilling in a way that tech just, can't replicate.
Yeah, but what if you're an introvert who just wants to order takeout and binge-watch Netflix, asking for a friend?
It's all about balance. No one's saying you have to give up your downtime, but making time for even a one-on-one coffee catch-up can do wonders for your brain. Building meaningful connections instead of endless DM threads.
Fair. But what about this? Exercise. Everyone always says it's good for your brain, but does it really make you sharper? Or is that just something fit people say to guilt trip the rest of us?
It's definitely not just a guilt trip, Emily. Exercise has been proven to boost brain health, things like memory and focus. Physical activity promotes blood flow to your brain, releases those feel-good endorphins, and even helps create new neural connections.
Wait, so my morning run isn't just for Instagram pictures? You're telling me I'm also building neurons while tripping on endorphins?
Precisely. And the best part is, it doesn't have to be running. Any form of movement works. Yoga, hiking, even dancing. The important thing is to get up and move. It shifts your brain out of that sluggish, screen-staring mode.
Okay, I'll admit, it does feel good after a workout. But let's be real. Half the time I wake up and think, do I really need to move today?
And that's the brain tricking you into staying comfy. But trust me, the effort is worth it. Exercise isn't just for the body. It's one of the most effective tools for a sharper, more focused mind. Speaking of keeping your brain sharp, another key factor is sleep. Quality, restful sleep plays a huge role in helping your brain recover and recharge, just like how exercise boosts its performance during the day. Avoiding screens before bed and sticking to a consistent sleep schedule can make all the difference.
Ugh, easier said than done. I mean, I'm guilty of scrolling through Instagram until my eyes basically shut themselves. But seriously, does it make that big of a difference?
It absolutely does. Studies have shown that blue light from screens messes with your sleep hormones, making it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. And without proper rest, your brain just doesn't, process and store information properly.
So my 3 a.m. meme scrolls are sabotaging my brain? Got it. Maybe I should switch to, like, an actual book before bed.
Exactly. That's the perfect alternative. Books engage your brain in a way that's calming and restorative. Plus, it's a much better way to, wind down than staring at a glowing screen.
Fine, you've convinced me. But what about memory exercises? Those sound like something retired detectives do in movies. Like, am I supposed to be memorizing random license plates for fun or what?
Haha, well, not quite. Memory exercises can be as simple as memorizing a few phone numbers or, your grocery list. It's all about, challenging your brain to recall things without relying on digital aids.
Oh no, does this mean I need to stop Googling everything? Because I don't know if I can survive without quick search results.
Haha. I'm not saying ditch Google entirely, but practicing recall strengthens those neural pathways. It's like exercise for your brain. And trust me, it pays off in the long run.
All right, so good sleep and brain workouts. But here's the real challenge. Multitasking. Everyone's doing it. How are we supposed to focus on one thing when there's so much to juggle?
That's the thing. Multitasking feels productive, but it's really not. Our brains are wired to focus on one task at a time. When we try to do too much, we end up doing everything. Halfway, if that makes sense.
So true. I mean, I've tried answering emails while watching TV, and, spoiler alert, it ends with me rewatching the same scene 5 times because I didn't catch a word of it.
Exactly. Limiting multitasking allows you to fully engage with one task, which improves both focus and productivity. It's like saying no to cognitive overload, one task at a time.
All right, I'll give it a shot. No more multitasking. At least while I'm trying to assemble IKEA furniture. Baby steps, right?
That's the spirit. And honestly, all of these strategies are about small, consistent changes. A little effort now means, well, a much sharper brain later.
Love it. So sleep more, skip the doom scrolling, and quit pretending I'm good at multitasking. Got it. Thanks for keeping me on track, John.
Anytime. And on that note, I think we've covered quite a bit today. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. And remember, your brain deserves a break too.
Absolutely. Take care out there, and we'll catch you on the next episode.
Huawei has unveiled the Pura X, a groundbreaking foldable smartphone that reimagines the flip phone format. Unlike traditional clamshell foldables like the Galaxy Z Flip or Motorola Razr, the Pura X opens sideways to reveal a 6.3-inch OLED display with a unique 16:10 aspect ratio, offering a mini tablet experience ideal for productivity, media consumption, and creative tasks. Key features of the Huawei Pura X design and display. Inner display, a 6.3-inch LTPO2 OLED screen with a resolution of 1320 x 2120 pixels and a 16:10 aspect ratio. It supports adaptive refresh rates up to 120 Hz for smooth visuals. Outer display, a compact 3.5-inch square screen, 980 HD pixels, for quick interactions like notifications and selfies. Durability, built with a titanium alloy support layer and a base salt water drop hinge, it boasts an IPX8 water resistance rating, ensuring resilience against everyday wear. Performance, powered by Huawei's in-house Kirin 9020 chipset, paired with up to 16 GB of RAM and up to 1 TB of storage, ensuring top-tier performance for multitasking and demanding applications. A 4,000 silicon carbon battery supports fast charging, 60 wired, 40 W wireless, providing reliable all-day usage. Camera system, triple rear cameras, 50 megapixel main sensor with an f1.6 aperture, 40 megapixel ultra-wide lens, 8 megapixel telephoto lens with 3.5x optical zoom. Front camera, A single 10.7 megapixel sensor for selfies. Operating system. The Pura X runs on Harmony OS 5, marking Huawei's complete departure from Android. This self-developed OS offers smoother performance, enhanced privacy features, and seamless integration across Huawei devices.
Ever struggled with productivity on a tiny smartphone screen? I was constantly juggling tasks and missing important updates. Then I discovered the Huawei Pura X foldable smartphone. Its unique sideways opening caught my attention immediately. The 6.3-inch OLED display transformed my multitasking experience. No more squinting or struggling with cramped screens. The Pura X's adaptive refresh rates made everything smooth. Its triple camera system enhanced my photography game. Harmony OS brought seamless integration across all my devices. Imagine achieving more with a mini tablet in your pocket. Why settle for less when innovation is just a click away? Ready to redefine your mobile experience with Huawei Pura X.
So Huawei has just unveiled the Pura X, a foldable smartphone that's turning heads. It's not your traditional flip phone, is it?
Absolutely not. Unlike the Galaxy Z Flip or the Motorola Razr, it opens sideways. It's practically a mini tablet with its 6.3-inch OLED display. Quite a unique approach, don't you think?
Definitely. That 16:10 aspect ratio really sets it apart. It seems perfect for productivity, media consumption, and creative tasks. But how does it hold up in terms of durability?
Good question. It's built with a titanium alloy support layer and a basalt water drop hinge. Plus, it has an IPX8 water resistance rating, so you can expect it to withstand everyday wear and tear.
Impressive. And what about the performance side of things? I've heard it packs quite a punch.
Oh, it does. It runs on Huawei's Kirin 9020 chipset, alongside up to 16 gigabyte of RAM and 1 terabyte of storage. Multitasking and demanding applications should run like a breeze.
That's solid. I imagine the battery life matches up too.
Absolutely. It has a 4,720 mAh silicon carbon battery with fast charging capabilities, 66 Ws wired and 40 W wireless. So you're looking at reliable all-day usage.
Now let's talk cameras. How does it perform in that department?
It features a triple rear camera setup, a 50 megapixel main sensor, a 40 megapixel ultra-wide lens and an 8-mat telephoto lens with 3.5x optical zoom. Plus, there's a 10.7 front camera for selfies. It's packed for photography enthusiasts.
Sounds like Huawei has gone all out. But the operating system, Harmony OS, is a game changer, right?
Indeed. Harmony OS 5 marks a significant departure from Android. It's designed for smoother performance, enhanced privacy features, and seamless integration across Huawei devices.
And I heard it includes Harmony Intelligence powered by Huawei's Pangu AI. What kind of features does this bring?
Well, there's context-aware AI assistance, eye tracking for page turns, and smarter task management through the Xiaoyi Assistant. It's really pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI on smartphones.
Fascinating. With AI Smart Catch, preloading videos for offline viewing seems like a dream come true for frequent travelers.
Exactly. And features like Celia Time Machine curate travel memories automatically. The connectivity options are robust too, supporting Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 5.2, NFC, satellite communication, and USB-C.
It's clear Huawei is aiming high with this launch, but at YSO 7500, around $1,000, do you think it's priced competitively?
For what it offers, the price seems justified. I've paid. It's available in stylish finishes, including Moon Shadow Grey and premium leather-backed editions. The release in China suggests they're targeting specific markets first.
Right, and with Harmony OS, they are steering clear of Android dependency. Do you think this could be a challenge outside China?
There might be hurdles due to the lack of Android app support. However, with over 15,000 native apps and growing cross-device functionality, Huawei is positioning itself as a leader in software innovation.
It's an exciting moment for foldable technology. Huawei's innovative approach could redefine how we use smartphones.
Absolutely. The Pura X is certainly a premium device aimed at users seeking cutting-edge design and functionality. It's intriguing to see where this will lead.
Well, it's safe to say Huawei is pushing the boundaries with the Pura X. Thanks for the great insights.
My pleasure. Looking forward to more innovations in the foldable space.